How's it going, guys? Panther Films, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 2, Episode 8 of The Walking Dead, Dead City, the Season 2 finale, which is titled, If History Were a Conflagration, which I think means, like, it's a big fire that does a lot of damage, right? To, like, land and property. So, maybe that will play a role in a way with this episode. But yeah, last episode we basically saw the characters going through it, both Maggie and Negan. Negan went to Bellevue Hospital to basically try to save Ginny because of her infection. On his journey through that hospital, he encountered child walkers. He hit his head, got knocked out, almost got munched on. He started hallucinating. He saw a bunch of child walkers that were like sleeping, but they weren't sleeping. It was weird as fuck. Like, I don't know if that part was real. Like, we never got confirmation on that, but it was just extremely weird. And then towards the end of like the Negan side of the episode, we got to see him hallucinate Lucille, and that was basically for all of last episode. But then he started hallucinating Annie. At first I thought, oh shit, Annie's hit. She's been at the hospital, but it wouldn't make sense. Like, why would she bring Joshua to the hospital that isn't exactly safe? But she was basically there for Negan as, like, wisdom, you know, to show him the path forward, to show him the way. But yeah, I just thought it was very weird, because it just seems like Annie's character's just being sidelined, which is a bit annoying. For the actress, and I think for the character, right? Like, she was in the distance in episode 6, and then last episode she's just an hallucination. Like, what? And then on the Maggie side of the story, she tried to get to Herschel and look for Herschel with the help of the Croat, and they made their way through a high-rise building, crossed this, I guess, bridge, sky bridge, I guess you'd call it. And Maggie, you know, she's not a fan of heights, which I think we found out last season, and, you know, she's also going through it right now mentally. She's a bit suicidal, I guess would be the best way to put it, right? Because, like, she's just so depressed, she's so traumatized from everything she's been through and stuff, so it makes sense, but I do feel like we're kind of regressing these characters a little bit. Like, Maggie's been through it back in the main show, you know? We don't need to keep on traumatizing her as a character, but, you know, I guess we blame Herschel for that one. Piece of shit. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Croat stuff last episode. I think the Maggie and Croat, like, teaming up was really decent. And their scenes together where Croat talks about the past and shit was pretty good. And then they left off on good terms. At least I think they did, because Croat left her just before she went into this, what was it? I can't remember what the building was, but she went into this building, and then she saw Herschel, and then Herschel was with Dharma, and then Dharma knocked Maggie out. So it's just weird that the Croat would leave just before, you know, Maggie goes in there. I don't know if he was in on it, or... The only thing I can think of in terms of, like, how Dharma survived is maybe she found the walker and burnt the walker. But it's just weird that the Croat would be in that room where she died, and that's where Maggie found him, and then, you know, he leaves her just before Maggie encounters the Dharma. Like, I thought that was a bit too coincidental, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, based off the promo for this episode, it seems like we're going to be getting Bruegel versus Negan. Shit is going to happen. We're going to get eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And I think... I don't know if it was a promo for this episode, but we haven't seen the scene with Maggie holding Lucille yet, so I'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I mean, we'll see if Season 3 gets confirmed. Obviously, but as of right now, I'm watching this on Sunday, so I don't really know if Season 3 has been confirmed yet. I know Daryl Dixon is coming out in September. I did see that they've released some kind of teaser for that. It's coming out September 7th, so that's not too far away. I mean, that basically sums it all up. So let's stop dilly-dallying around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode.
Because we're just the first wave. The conscripts.
Is the first wave thing gonna be like a tie-in to Season 3 or something? Like New Babylon comes back in Season 3? Bonk. I feel like she could easily get out of that, I don't know. She didn't really try hard enough. She pulled like a few times and then give up. It's the finale. Seeing everyone before everything happens, and then we're going to see everyone at the end of the episode after everything's happened. Walking Dead likes to do that a lot. Like, we see the characters before all the events of the episode and then after the events. Is she going to wake up? Don't fucking... That was so weird. Like, why was there so many establishing shots? Yeah, there, it, like, the frame rate speeds up a little. I hate that, like, Kim Coates is guest starring. I feel like he should be in the main title sequence. Like, he's literally like the main villain of the season.
Fuck off! I've got good news.
Yeah?
Negan's willing to meet. I better get the fucking keys to the city when this is all done. We gotta kill people to get the old world back so we can just keep on killing people.
I asked you about the girl.
Or you could just work with Negan and then get the old world back anyway. What? Oh!
Where is she? She came to me. She like his kid or something?
Yep. The hidden blade.
So if things go sideways for us, she's our insurance. Saying it needs to go down that way. I hope it doesn't, truly.
Truly!
Behind all this gruff cowboy act, you're a softie.
That hidden blade is so, like, interesting. He's dead. Maybe.
They're asking for you upstairs.
Show's about to start.
Well, no, Negan, it's already started.
I guess I could be here more in spirit, per se. Open, or I'll just...
What if she doesn't wake up and she dies? Like, they don't even get to have a final, like, goodbye with each other type of thing? Damn, how long were you there to spot that? Herschel's gonna come in, all the downloads. There's no way she didn't hear all that noise.
I was hoping we'd get to meet.
Fuck you. How are you still alive? Nuts? Oh, it's like... It's like wiring.
Aren't you supposed to be dead?
That was one of the already dead.
Yeah.
I let her burn until she got nice and crispy.
Yep. She left that key there. How would she know that key was there?
I don't want to have to punish you or anyone else.
All she has to do is just break free, throw her out the window. Also, I feel like Herschel could also kill Dharma too. He just throws a fucking knife at her and she's dead. Oh, it's this guy again. Wait, the thing that's weird though, she was pissed at, what's his name, at the beginning of the season, doing the violin, but she's not pissed at that guy doing the organ, Dharma. Like, she's fine with the organ. Oh. Pearly.
I figured you could use a new piece, you know, to help pull the room together.
It looks used.
Us?
Oh, the Croat. He's taking a leave of absence. We both know the new Babylon isn't done with us yet, so please step up.
Wait, the supper?
We ate before we came. I don't think we should waste any more time.
Does Negan know Pearly's there?
But see, the thing is, so much work was put into this big, beautiful feast that I'd hate to have it go to waste. I'd feel like such a bad host. You think I put something in the food?
Of course not.
Yeah, I don't know if he pulled the same thing twice. That table's extremely big. Is there anything under it? Oh, wait, gasoline. Mm-hmm. Hey! I'm surprised they stayed that quiet.
I know you think I'm used.
Why didn't they just pour, like, gasoline, like, from above and then just light it up so they wouldn't be able to, like, run away?
You want me to come at Negan?
We would have this in common, wanting Negan dead.
Well, I mean, she wants him dead, but I feel like she would have done it seasons ago if she really wanted it.
You have to prop him back up. You're stuck in a loop.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. It's just regurgitating storylines.
After losing so many people who meant so much to you, only you can kill him. Do it for Herschel. Set yourselves free.
I mean, you're just using Maggie's trauma. I mean, that's what Dharma does, right? She gets in people's heads. You're telling me that big guy couldn't push through all them walkers, but like the main characters can? Fuck off. Statue! What about the statue? Is it like a Trojan horse? Oh. I love how he left it till last minute. There's barely that many people alive. Wait, are we getting Bruegel versus Negan? Oh, great. Well, there's Glenn. Oof. I feel like they don't... Like, the slow-mo's a bit... stupid. Is that guy done? Peripheral vision, dude. He's just stood there. Also, that's gonna blow up. He died pretty quick. A walker wouldn't react to that. What? That makes no sense. It wouldn't go like this. Why would a walker do that? They don't give a fuck about fire. They never have.
No matter how hard I try, I can't seem to do it.
Isn't that literally what she just said in season 11, though?
I want to move on, but there's only one way.
Kill Negan, even though she won't.
We can start over.
Well, yeah, maybe without Dharma, though, because it's a bit weird.
I'll finish it.
Oh. I was about to say
Then I'll
that
come
cop
back
was
for
weird as fuck.
So this is what you use to encrust the bodies? The bombs?
Yep.
You're a huge fucking pussy who doesn't want to be at the church while shit goes down.
Oh, yeah, and that. Scout? Wait, another boat?
Was that boat there before?
You don't need binoculars for that. You can clearly see it from fucking miles away.
Shit.
Oh, great. Damn.
Who are you with?
New Babylon.
I guess just while they're distracted with the Bruegel stuff, like New Babylon has managed to come back to the island. I love how they have an infinite amount of boats. Like, it looked like the exact same boat that they used at the beginning of the season. Also, she was a pretty shit lookout.
What?
You guys are fucked now. Uh-oh.
He got me to do this. The rest of his people, they're hiding in the park. At least they ambushed us, they took hostages, now you know.
I mean, technically he's not wrong, there is more coming. But he is lying, obviously, to save his skin.
I know things about New Babylon. I do. I know how they operate.
How do you know how they operate? You've never been there.
Can bring back the old world.
Also, Maggie got there so quickly and easily. Like, she was so far away.
On your knees.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
You too, Marshall.
Maggie, maybe not watch this part. I mean, we know he says eeny, meeny, miny, mo, so is he going to choose between them both? But he did say he'd kill them all anyway, so he's probably just going to kill them both. So he's enjoying it too much.
If he hollers, let him go.
My mother...
Eeny,
Oh.
meeny,
What he did to the my mother part?
miny, mo.
They're going to hold him?
You know what? Fuck it. See, you're the one that I really want to kill first.
The methane!
Methane! The goddamn methane! That is all you talk about!
Well, here you go.
Take it.
Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? Oh. Oh, it's like bubbling. Like from inside. Now smash his head. Yep. I mean, Bruegel had it better than Glenn, to be fair. Damn, that sucks. I mean, I like Bruegel. Also, didn't they spoil his death? Like, they showed that shot of him swinging the bat down. And how did they let him escape? What?
Glad you did.
Glad you did. I also know that Maggie's going to kill the other guards, right? Because they showed that in the promo. Yep, there it is. They would have heard that. Fuck off. They would have heard that way beforehand. I mean, Negan always ends up winning the fights.
I was protecting her.
Maybe. See, I am so fucking sick of maybes.
What the fuck? Why's she moaning? I mean, she kept it in. He might be alright. Just don't pull it out. If he pulls it out, he's fucked. Oh. She's not gonna kill him with that. She's gonna kill him the same way he killed Glenn. Like, that's kind of fucked. I know that's like what everyone theorized, like, oh, she kills him with Lucille, but if she's gonna take enjoyment out of killing him, she's gonna be no different than what Negan did to them. She's not gonna do it. If she does, this is a shit death for Negan. She's not gonna kill him. Like, he's crawling to... Oh, she's dead. So Ginny turning saved Negan. Damn, so they didn't even get, like, a final scene together before she turned? It's her own fault. She got herself in that predicament. All because she betrayed Maggie.
No.
That just feels like Negan going to the hospital was for nothing.
No.
Let him do it. I mean, if she revealed that she got that wound earlier, she might have survived, but she left it so late, so it's her own fault that she died. And, you know, if she did betray Maggie and she didn't get her in that hanging situation, none of that shit would have happened. I mean, Jeffrey Morgan's acting there was... Like, that almost got me. So she, I mean, in a way, saved Negan from being killed by Maggie. She just stabbed him and now she's comforting him. Like, what the fuck? Did they bandage up his wound? Does he still have the knife in him? Or it's like right in his back? I feel like the leather might have took most of the force there. I doubt it went that deep. How big's the knife? That's a lot of blood.
I missed it. I just missed it. She died alone.
She probably knew you were there, though.
There's something I gotta do. I have to go.
Also, what's going on with Pierce? Wasn't there a shot of Dahmer and Herschel on, like, a roof?
You promised me.
So?
You said we could start over.
Ginny's dead.
You didn't mean it.
Maggie, go after Dahmer.
And killing Negan would only make it worse. You wanna hurt me? You wanna hurt me back? Just
Right,
look.
because you got it all figured out. Because you did it so fucking perfectly yourself.
I won't leave the city.
Yeah, because we got to stay here for season 3. You're not going to tell him about Ginny? No? Alright. It just seems a bit weird that she wouldn't tell him about Ginny. Wasn't there a shot of Dahmer and Herschel on a roof together? I swear there was. Oh, I guess Maggie made it back. Oh, there's New Babylon.
New Babylon. Second wave.
So the methane's just done now. Well, he needs to go home, right? He needs to get back to his kids.
Walking through the woods, a man comes to a fork in his path.
What Roxana said.
What if he gets lost?
It's basically summing up Negan, to be fair. Basically where Negan's character is.
Back home to the way things were. But all that's waiting for him is an old story that hurts too much to remember.
Ew, what is this cheesy shit?
Because what's the future without the past?
Where's the Croat, man? They're not going to show the Croat? Like, what he's doing?
It's a path that's hard.
Ew.
Rough.
What the fuck is this? Is this it? Is this a show done? Is there even going to be a season 3? Like, why are they recapping season 1?
It takes our breath away.
But then we lose
That
our
scene was
footing.
great.
So that it feels like we'll never get up again.
Wait, she stabbed Negan twice in a finale. Each finale she stabbed him.
We move on.
Together. And we get there.
Together. That's it?
I think that it means that the story's not over yet.
The story's not over yet, but it might as well be. I'm a bit, like, disappointed in that, to be honest. I don't know. I just was expecting a bit more. But I guess that's on me, but at the same time, it felt like nothing happened really this episode. Right? Like, we're just back to where we were, like, in season 1. Like, Herschel is with Dahmer, and now Negan and Maggie are working together again. Croat is still out there. Don't know what's going on with Annie. Ginny dying is, I guess, is like the big thing that happened this episode, but at the same time, it's like when she was alive, she didn't do much, and when she's dead, she didn't do much. Like the biggest purpose she had, I mean, I said it last episode. The only purpose she would have, and the only way she'd be able to progress character stories, was if she died, and that's what happened. Because as a character, she didn't do anything. She stayed mute for pretty much all of season 1. And then this season, she had some lines of dialogue, but most of it she was quiet. And then obviously the last few episodes, or like the last 2 episodes, she was just unconscious. I don't know, Maggie stabbing Negan doesn't really make sense in the grand scheme of like him, I guess, surviving that. Like, there was a lot of blood. It was in him for a while. Like, they carried him into this other building. Instantly, he started crawling. Like, it hurt that much that he started crawling, but all they had to do was just take it out, bandage it up a little bit, and boom, he's good. Like, I'm surprised, like, she didn't fuck up his spine so he can't walk anymore or something like that. Like, we all knew she wasn't going to kill him. If she was going to kill him, I don't know. It would have happened in the main show. Like, killing Negan off in a spin-off would be stupid. Same thing with, like, if they killed Morgan off in a spin-off, or if they killed, like, Daryl off in a spin-off. You know, they're the leads of this show, and then killing them off, like, it just wouldn't make sense. And also, I just don't think it would have been earned. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt a bit random, especially, like, how last episode was and stuff like that. And not last episode, episode 6 was. Right? Like Maggie and Negan's conversation in that episode to then, like, Maggie stabbing Negan and then bashing his head in with a baseball bat. Her getting the bat is cool and all, but... Because I remember everyone was theorizing, oh, like, is she going to kill Dharma with the bat? Is she going to kill, like, Croat with the bat or something like that? And then a lot of people were saying, oh, maybe she's going to kill Negan. Which I guess it ended up being that option. But that's wild to me that they showed that in the trailer. Like, they've revealed a lot in the trailers that happened within the last few episodes. And I feel like that was stupid of them to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, they showed the bear, and the bear didn't do anything. And that's the biggest problem with the season. It just felt like we didn't do anything throughout most of the season. It just... Like, Negan was just chilling in the church for most of the season. And then he started enjoying himself a little bit, and then he didn't, all to lead into, like, this finale. Like, the best part of the season was Bruegel. Right? And he's been killed off pretty brutally, to be honest. But, you know, Maggie... Like, about to kill Negan the same way Negan killed Glenn is a bit fucked up. Especially since he's crawling away. Like, he's crawling. Sure, like, Negan didn't spare Glenn or anything like that, but, like, it makes her no better than what Negan did. Like, Negan took joy out of killing Glenn and Abe and stuff, and then Maggie's gonna, like, feel like she can let go of it after killing Negan. She's gonna feel happy after she's done that. But it's like, just shoot him, you know, make it quick. But at the same time, you could argue, like, maybe Negan doesn't deserve a quick death, so I don't know. I do like how both Bruegel and Negan had a plan. Like, they both basically had a Trojan horse. Like, Negan was doing the supper thing that he kind of did before in the Savior days, right, that Croat mentioned early on in the season. Instead of the food being poisoned, he had walkers underneath the table, and then, obviously... Bruegel had the swords in the statue, or the weapons in the statue, which then, you know, both of them had a Trojan horse. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with Annie. That was just weird. Bringing the actress back just to be in the distance and then to be an hallucination at the same time. Like, are you really not going to, like, wrap up that story? I guess maybe next season they're going to, like, reunite Annie and Negan. I mean, like I said, I feel like Ginny dying is going to make Negan be like, you know what, I need to go find my family. I just don't know where they'd go with this season, though. I guess, like, maybe deal with the New Babylon stuff. Maybe go after the Dharma. But, like, it's just interesting that the end of this episode, it did kind of do what I said it would do. Like, the beginning of the episode showed the characters before everything happened. And then the end of the episode shows everything after, like, what the characters have been through after. Like, it's very similar to Season 8, Episode 2. You know how it had them shitty fucking close-ups for each character at the beginning of the episode, and then they did it again at the end of the episode to kind of show, like, the journey they've been on in one episode. It was similar to that. Like, I felt that in this episode. Like, just, like, showing each character. It's just weird that they didn't show Croat. I guess Croat is done, maybe? Like, he's just left the island. I call bullshit on the second wave of New Babylon, though. There is no way that she didn't see a boat, like, in the river. Like, it was clear as fuck. It looked sunny. There's no way she didn't see people canoeing towards the island. She's on a skyscraper. There is no way, or like a high-rise apartment or whatever it was. Like, I don't know what building they were on, but there is no way that they didn't see the boats. What kind of fucking lookout is she? Is she the only lookout? Why is there not more lookouts? Also, the guy with the flamethrower just stood there. Like how Bruegel got the flamethrower, he lit the guy on fire, and the guy on fire didn't hear the flamethrower coming towards him. Like, he didn't react, he just stood there. And then Bruegel lighting that walker on fire, and then the walker was like this. Ah! Like, a walker wouldn't react to fire like that. They don't give a fuck about fire. We've established that, like, many seasons ago in season 2 of the main show. Right, when Rick, like, put the lighter down and the barn lit up, right? All the walkers were just stood there like this, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't give a shit that they were on fire, because why would they? They're dead. They're undead, you know? But yeah, man, this season just, like, I definitely think the first season was better. I just think there was more going for it, and it was more intriguing, like, with these new characters, and, you know, we had the flashbacks to, like, Simon and stuff like that, and then we spent more time, like, in the city, it felt like, because this season we spent a lot of time in Central Park, and it was kind of a bit boring, like, in the woods. Like, it didn't feel any different from, like, the main show, which kind of was always in the woods, right? And also, it just felt like this season the characters were just moping about and not really doing anything. While in the first season, we only had 6 episodes, but, you know, it felt like the story was, it kept a decent momentum. But yeah, I mentioned it at the end of this episode, but I find it funny as fuck that both season finales of this show end with Maggie stabbing Negan somewhere. It's great that this show had 8 episodes, but I just feel like these, you know, a lot of the episodes were just kind of pointless and maybe could have been removed. I mean, to be fair, it would have only been 2 episodes if they reduced the season to 6. So overall, it still would have felt like the season didn't really do a lot in terms of progressing the story or anything. The first wave of New Babylon was just wiped out like that. Why do I care about New Babylon now? You know what I mean? Like, you've got rid of, like, the leader. Now what? Unless there's someone else that was in charge. I mean, there has to be if they sent a second wave. Someone else must be in charge, right? Yeah, this season gives me the same feelings as Daryl Dixon season 2 in a way. Little bit differently, though. Like, it just felt like this season we didn't really do a lot, while Daryl Dixon season 2, it felt like they were just undoing everything that happened in season 1. Right? Like, all these interesting new characters, and just for, like, the Carol and Daryl spin-off, right? Just to make it a Carol and Daryl show. While this season, it just felt like the characters weren't doing a lot. You know, they were both suffering their own traumas, but then going, like, Negan going back to his old ways, Maggie just being suicidal and that. It just, like, it feels like it kind of, I wouldn't say ruined the characters, but it just feels like the characters just regressed in a way, you know? Like, we're just going in this rotating fucking loop. I mean, the best part about the season, like I said, was Bruegel, and I'd even argue the Croat. I like the Croat stuff. Like, I do think, as of right now, I don't, like, I know Daryl Dixon season 3 is going to be out in September, but I don't understand what they're doing with the Walking Dead universe. Like, it has no sense of direction anymore. And I think that was lost because of The Ones Who Live. Like, just imagine if The Ones Who Live got a season 2, it tied in everything that happened in this spin-off in Daryl Dixon into this big culmination of all the cast showing up for the big final season to take down the C.R.M. But instead they did a generic fucking love story where they defied all odds and managed to blow up the fucking C.R.M. Bullshit. What a shit show, dude. Like, I can't, like, a lot of people love that show, which is fine, but to me, man, like, Ones Who Live was the biggest disappointment in Walking Dead history. Like, we spent 6 years waiting for a love story. Who the fuck wrote this? Scott Gimple. Which is why it was bad. I'm not saying, like, Dead City is better than The Ones Who Live. I think Dead City Season 1 is probably better than The Ones Who Live, to be honest. I know that's, like, blasphemous to say. The Ones Who Live was supposed to be this big next step for the Walking Dead universe, and it just wasn't. You know, like, we got to see Rick back, and then they just blow up the C.R.M. I feel like Season 1 of The Ones Who Live should have ended with them getting back to Alexandria, or getting close to Alexandria, and then all they see is flames and fire and helicopters flying overhead. And then Season 2 of The Ones Who Live would tie in, you know, Daryl would be back, because, like, the events of Daryl Dixon would have happened. the events of Dead City, obviously Dead City would be set before The Ones Who Live Season 1, like push it, you know, put it back in the past in terms of timeline stuff. So yeah, I mean, you would have had like maybe like Dead City instead of like the methane stuff. I mean, you probably could have still had that, the methane like bringing back power to Manhattan, but have the Dharma connected to the C.R.M. or something like that, right? And then the end of like, I guess of this season, you'd have like Negan and Maggie find out, like maybe on a radio, that maybe they hear Jadis or something like that on a radio talking about Vic and Michonne have escaped, head to Washington, Alexandria, and then like they hear like the bombing kind of order, right? And then Maggie and Negan start heading back to, you know, Washington with the help of Pearlie. So before they, you know, make it back to Alexandria, they go to New Babylon and they get New Babylon's help to stop the C.R.M. So New Babylon can play a role in the C.R.M. stuff, and then Daryl Dixon's side of things, like maybe like Janae is connected to the C.R.M. or something like that, right? And she's experimenting on the walkers to kind of help out the C.R.M.'s research or whatever, right? Which then turns them into runners. Maybe season 2 of Daryl Dixon happens, Carol comes to save Daryl, they manage to get away, but maybe they end up getting a few vials of that thing that makes the walkers turn into runners, and they make it back to Washington just before the C.R.M. starts to bomb, you know, Alexandria and that. Or, you know, maybe Daryl and Carol head back to Commonwealth, right? I guess they would probably go to Commonwealth. And then maybe give the vials to Eugene and some scientists at the Commonwealth, and then maybe they can find a way to harness that. And then the runners can be used against the C.R.M. for The Ones Who Live Season 2. So all ties into like The Ones Who Live Season 2. All the cast play a role. All the storylines that have been happening in the spin-offs play a role against the C.R.M. You would have had a bigger showdown between Beale and Vic versus what we got, which was like some terrible fucking philosophical dialogue of like, I can't even remember what he said. What was it? Like, it was like life, never-ending life. I can't remember what he said. Like, what did Vic say in that scene when he stabbed Beale? Like, he went, "You are," but I can't remember what he said before that. I've only watched the show once, to be honest. It's not even worth a rewatch, to be fair. But yeah, the dialogue was just arse when it came to like Beale showdown. And I feel like The Ones Who Live Season 1 should have just had like Okafor be like the main villain. Like stopping Vic every time, you know? I know like I'm deviating here, but it proves my point. Like there's no sense of direction for the Walking Dead universe right now. But there would have been if they actually planned it and they actually tied in the C.R.M. stuff with all these spin-offs. Instead, they just decided, you know what, we'll just do the Vic and Michonne stuff, wrap up the C.R.M. storyline in that in a very rushed and poorly done way, and just have the, you know, the Vic show that we've been waiting years for. We'll just make it a generic love story that's written like Fear the Walking Dead. Like we waited 6 years for that fucking dialogue. We waited 6 years for Love Never Dies. Fucking, I guess, you know, in the ways of Martin Scorsese, in the way of that image, absolute dog shit. Like, what? I don't understand. I know I'm going on a rant about, like, a different show here, but, like, I feel like if they just planned it all out, had them all connect in some kind of way with the C.R.M. stuff, we would have been golden. Sure, you could argue, like, oh, they're just dragging out the C.R.M. storyline, and it's like, maybe, but it, like, depending on what they do with it, it'll be worth it. Because they dragged it out a lot of, you know, for a lot of years just for it to end up how it did, which wasn't great. So I would have preferred the way I pitched it, which it like everything would have mattered and everything would have led into something else. Like the runners would have played a role, the, you know, maybe the variant walkers would have played a role. Maybe that one that was like on fire in the church that was doing this, maybe that was a variant. I don't fucking know. The walkers in this show are so inconsistent. They're so all over the place. Like, how did no one hear the walkers underneath the table? Was it a soundproof fucking table? Like, what? Yeah, man, I don't know what was going on with the editing. I feel like the establishing shots that they did, I feel like they were in Season 1. I feel like they just reused shots, which I guess is fine, because they probably didn't film a lot of the season. I don't think they filmed a lot of the season in New York anyway. Hence why it felt very different from the first season, I think. Because I know they filmed shit in New York for the first season. I remember seeing, like, set pictures and stuff. But yeah, I'm shocked that they kind of revealed Bruegel's death in the promo for this season. I mean, sure, they didn't show him die, but they showed, like, his head getting bashed in. Which the shot was different, right? Because it was like a POV shot, and then you saw the blood splash up. Right? Am I tripping there? I feel like the shot was different in the promo for the season. Like, after episode... You know when episode 1 ended, and then they had, like, this season on Dead City? Like, I feel like that shot was different. I want to go back to episode 1, just to check. Even in the trailer for this season, they showed the shot of the second wave of New Babylon walking through the city. That's wild. So after episode 1, they showed that shot. That's fucking crazy. Crazy season. In terms of just, like, not a lot happening, to be honest. It's not like stuff has to happen, but at the same time, I just want to be entertained by the TV show. And it just feels like the characters aren't doing anything. You know? Like, we're just going in circles with these story arcs, and it's getting boring. But, you know, maybe if, you know, you didn't destroy the fucking C.R.M., maybe we'd actually be leading towards something. But right now, like, the universe has just hit this, like, wall of just being like, what do we do now? Well, I mean, if the C.R.M. was still around, you could do something with that. But instead, you decided to destroy the C.R.M. in just one fell swoop. And, you know, maybe that wall could have crumbled and we could have kept going. And we could have kept that momentum going. But instead, you destroy the C.R.M., we hit that wall, and now it's just like, what happens next? Well, maybe just stop the universe. But AMC won't because, you know, this is like the moneymaker for them. It's just Scott Gimple's decision-making needs to be... I mean, he's literally the guy that killed Carl. You know, so his decision-making was never fucking good from the get-go. Right? Sure, he nailed season 4, 5, and 6, but, I mean, even then, they had their own problems. Like, the Glenn Dumpster shit was his decision. Like, that shouldn't have happened. The cliffhanger ending in season 6, Scott Gimple's decision. Like, even in, like, the best seasons of, like, Scott Gimple's era, he still made some fucking wacky decisions. You know, the 2 Governor episodes, even though I don't mind them episodes, but like them 2 Governor episodes leading into the season 4 mid-season, like a lot of people skip them episodes because it's just like, what the fuck? Like, it ruins the pacing of the season a bit, and it definitely does. Because I remember like getting excited for that episode, like getting up in the morning about to watch season 4 episode 6, and then you find out it's a Governor episode and it's just like, and then you find out episode 7's a Governor episode, and it's like, they're only just doing this because they need to build towards the mid-season, right? Like, Scott Gimple's just not been that great. Like, he's, like, in charge of, like, the Walking Dead universe as a whole, but he's not planned it out at all. He's pulled a fucking Disney situation with the sequel trilogy here. Like, none of it is planned. They'll say it is, because, I mean, that's what fucking people like that do. Oh no, it was all planned, it was all always going to happen the way it did, and it's like, no it wasn't. Because if that was true, then why was Ones Who Live a show when it was supposed to be a movie? And honestly, it probably would have been better in like a movie format. Because you know they were going to do a trilogy, and the trilogy was going to be everyone coming together to fight the C.R.M. You know that's what was going to happen. That's definitely where they were leading to. But something must have changed. Something was rewritten. Because I guess, like, you know, Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrero wasn't 100% sure that they'd come back, so I guess they just had to end the C.R.M. storyline there and then, which was stupid. Honestly, like, Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrero leaving the main show was just dumb as fuck anyway. Like, I get they had their reasons, but the show ended, like, 2 years later anyway, so it's like, why the fuck did it matter? You know what I mean? Well, I guess it wasn't 2 years because of COVID, that kind of impacted the seasons, but it was, like, 2 seasons later. And for Michonne, you know, like, she was gone, what, season 10, episode 13, and then the show only went on for another season anyway. I'm just disappointed with Walking Dead as a whole right now. You know? Like, I'll still watch Dial Dixon season 3 because I'm kind of intrigued to see what they do with that season. But it's going to be the same situation with what they did with Dial Dixon season 1. Like, I'm going to be interested in these new characters that are going to show up in this new area and these, like, maybe, like, new mythos things that they could introduce, but all of it won't matter probably by the end of the season or by season 4 anyway, because it'll just be written off, just like how they did Dial Dixon season 2. Like, you get connected to all these characters just for them all to either be killed or, like, for it not to matter that much. And Dead City, I just don't see what they're going to do with this show. Like, I guess just stay on Manhattan Island because they need a season 3. It's not a very big reason for a third season. You know, season 1 ended in a way that definitely set up a season 2. This feels like... I don't get why they had the fucking flashback stuff to season 1. That was a weird decision. That was cheesy. That was dumb. That was poorly edited. Like, I don't get it. Overall, this season was a bit of a disaster, to be honest. Like, there's good moments in this season, but I think, like, the best part of the season is definitely, like, the acting, right? And, like, Croat and Bruegel. Everything else, like, even the eeny, meeny, miny, mo scene, I just thought was a bit fan-servicey and a bit, I guess, contrived, would be the best way to put it. Like, there was no reason to have it in. It just felt like, oh, you know, Negan's going back to the way he was, but at the same time, it's like, why do I care about him going eeny, meeny, miny, mo to two characters that are nowhere near the level of what the characters in the actual lineup were? Like, we spent, what, 5 to 6 years with these characters, like Rick, Daryl, Michonne, Glenn. You know, obviously not all the characters. There were some characters more important than others in that lineup. But, you know, there was a decent amount of characters that you actually cared about in the first lineup in Season 6. But, you know, here it's just Bruegel, which is, he's a villain. And then there's Pearly, which... You know, he's not a great guy. Like, sure, he has a family and stuff, which we haven't seen. Like, we've not seen that, like, great side of him yet. You know, like, there's been moments where he's been decent, but, like, we've got introduced to him being an arsehole. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if he died, I wouldn't really care that much. Like, it says something when I care more about Bruegel dying than any other character in the show. It basically confirms all the characters are written like shit. And it'd be the same thing if they killed Croat. Like, if they killed Croat, I'd be like, oh, like, he's like the best part of this show. And it just sucks he wasn't in this episode, because, like, he's been in every episode of this show, and now he just isn't in this one. I assume Croat will probably show up next season, and same thing with, like, Annie and stuff, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, I don't know if Season 3's been confirmed. I'd assume maybe tomorrow or tonight after the episode airs on, you know, live TV and stuff. Maybe they'll announce Season 3 or something, I don't know. Because we do know Daryl Dixon has got a Season 3 coming out. And I think Norman Reedus had a picture of him starting filming on Season 4 of Daryl Dixon soon. So, yeah. I'm also getting a lot of Norman Reedus right now in terms of just media, because I'm playing through Death Stranding 1 in preparation for the second one, which I'll be able to play tomorrow night. So I'm excited for that. That was Dead City Season 2. Overall, just a disappointing season. It could have been so much more. I think everything about the season was just disappointing. Like, the bear stuff in the trailer didn't do anything. It was there for like 3 minutes. Didn't kill anyone. It didn't do anything major. Well, I guess it killed that one woman, but, you know, it didn't kill like any main characters or anything like that. It didn't play any kind of big role. You know, it was cool. It looked good CGI-wise, but it just didn't do anything. You know, it just felt like a gimmick that... That's what the show does. That's what even the main show started doing. Remember in Season 8 when they made a big deal about, oh my god, we're going to see our first naked walker? And it's like, who gives a fuck? Like, you're only just saying that to get viewers. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, having a bear, like Maggie fight a bear is just a way to be like, oh my god, she's fighting a bear, wow! Like, it's nothing compared to what we could have got if the C.R.M. was still around. But, you know, Scott Gimple with his shitty writing strikes again. Even though he's not really involved with this show, but I can definitely feel Scott Gimple's like influence on this show. Especially that ending with that dialogue. That's some Scott Gimple dialogue. Come on. What the fuck? I guess I'll see Walking Dead fans for Daryl Dixon Season 3 in September. I think it's coming out. And the next reaction will be Ironheart, which is on Wednesday. It's only going to be a 2-week show though, because they're releasing 3 episodes each week, and it's only 6 episodes in total. So after that, I don't know what we'll watch. Maybe I'll go to Invincible or something like that. We'll see. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, that basically sums it all up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for the next one. Ta-ta and farewell.